back from the Bark in Windham, Minnesota. We are here on the Ethan Clerc podcast show. Joined with me tonight, Damon Wynant, co-host of the podcast, and Colin Clare, other co-host of the podcast.
Damon,
great to have you guys.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Good to see you again.
Great to have you guys here tonight in Windham, Minnesota, small town on the border of Iowa, we'll call it, for people that don't know where we're at.
Southwest Minnesota.
Southwest Minnesota. Great to be here tonight. And, you know, last night when I was driving home from Blue Earth, I had to put some security cameras in for my dad. I noticed the moon was looking a little weird. Did you see the moon? It was like yellow. It was really yellow, and it was half, what do they call that? Nimbus or whatever
Crescent or Nimbus?
Yeah, Nimbus. Is that like half of it showing or whatever?
Yeah, or Crescent.
Yeah, and it looked like it just kind of looked like I don't even know how to put it. It looked really weird. When I was coming into Mankato, I'm like, dang, the moon's acting up tonight. So I'm going online looking like maybe somebody else thought it looked weird, but I didn't find anything.
Did you buy a telescope then?
No, I used to have them when I was a kid, but...
You woke me out.
Where are you going to use it to look at the stars, though?
Yeah. I mean, I was just like wondering if anyone else thought it looked weird, but no one posted anything on
Oddly enough,
Facebook
I did not look in the sky last night, but I did notice that it was darker when I was trying to take my trail cams in because it was
darker?
too cold. Yeah.
Some of the, I mean, during the winter, it almost seems like it's brighter out because of the snow.
Yeah,
you know, like
sure.
the moon bounces off the snow.
We must
the
have
sky.
been on the dark side of the moon last night.
Oh, there we go. Pink Floyd reference.
Yeah, a little thing.
Tonight, though, on the podcast, we need to, first of all, give away the Rubik's Cube from last week. And to enter to win any of the prizes we give away, all you have to do is share, like, retweet, comment, whatever the podcast, get it out there. And so the winner of the Rubik's Cube, because last week was an 80s themed, Damon donated the Rubik's Cube.
And I'm very impressed that you didn't open it up and play with it.
I didn't, actually. Unless I did, and then I solved it and put it back in.
No.
The winner tonight is Sherry Even. Thank you very much for sharing the podcast, getting it out there. You have entered, or you have not just entered, you've won the Rubik's Cube. So we will get that to you. Thank you very much. And it looks like they even have an app now.
Oh.
So you can...
learn the algorithm?
Yeah, I guess you can't take this on the road. You can just take the app on the road and figure it out. That'd be kind of complicated, I feel like.
I think so. Virtual Rubik's Cube?
Yeah. I don't know if you just touch it, and I have no idea. I'm going to have to look into that. So, Sherry Even, thank you very much. This week, we are going to be giving away a alien-themed Ethan Clerc show shirt. It has a UFO on there.
Nice.
In the McDonald's red and yellow colors here. So
that would make the perfect Christmas present.
Perfect Christmas gift here. So, we'll be giving this away next week.
Size large.
Size large, yep. But
if you're larger, you can get WIT and give it as a gift.
Yeah, exactly. You can get it, or it might be a motivator to lose some weight and stay in shape.
I'll see if I can get into it by next year.
There you go. That's what we should start doing, is handing out
New
shirts.
Year's resolution.
To get a large shirt of the Ethan Clerc show.
The Ethan Clerc show shirt. There we go. So all
I
you have
shouldn't
to
say
do
next year because that's like
next
2
year's
weeks
not.
away.
Yeah, next year's not far.
You're 2020.
We're gonna have to start talking about New Year's resolutions here.
Though.
New Year's resolutions are gonna. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll have to. If you're into that, Damon.
Not so much because.
No, I don't either really. But you know, maybe it's something to look into.
We should do our resolutions year round. You know.
Yeah, you should always be. You should always be bettering yourself.
Yeah.
Next week on the podcast, so I'm hoping that we can get Adam back.
You told me that'll be awesome.
Yeah, Adam would be. I'm thinking it'd be fun next week to talk about like the end of the year and everything that happened in 2019, and then maybe get into some sports predictions with Adam.
Oh yeah,
because he's always wanted to do that on the podcast. So maybe we could do sports predictions. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to win the NBA Finals? So we could talk about that. I don't know if you guys have any early predictions, or we'll save it for next week.
We'll save it for next week.
Save it for next
predictions.
Yeah. Colin's got predictions here. Everyone's got predictions. This week, though, on the podcast, I really wanted to talk about a interesting topic that I've been meaning to bring up for a while now. But I feel like the reason that it came back to me is because I was watching a commercial. It came up on like YouTube or whatever, and it was for the Amazon Echo Dot or whatever. You know, they release all these little things that you can talk to, and you say like, Alexa, you know, turn on this or whatever. Colin just got one too.
You did,
yeah.
Colin got one on Black Friday, and they were selling like crazy on Black Friday. They're pretty much giving these things away. You go on Facebook, I see people are selling them for like $20 for the Echo Dot. You know,
for the small ones.
Here's where it gets a little, I get a little skeptical about the whole thing, because we
comprehensive.
Comprehensive. Yeah. I don't want this podcast to be like a scare people away thing, but we have to realize the realities of what these things do and what they can do. So there's two things I want to talk about tonight. First of all, number one, companies spy on you to sell you products and market to you and literally like learn your profile and the things you like, the things you don't like, the things you talk about a lot, and they intentionally do that to sell you products. And then number two, government can tap in to these devices without you knowing and listen in on what you're talking about. So those are the two directions I want to go and talk about if they are true, if they're not true, what you guys think about them, and then what the majority of people think about them that we talked to.
Yeah.
So
let's start out with, it's on my mind, Colin, what are you going to use yours for primarily?
yeah.
I just yell at it to play music.
To play music. To play
That's
music.
about all I do.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn your lights on and off or
No,
your TV and
doesn't,
stuff.
no.
Just like,
No.
Alexa, play me
Whatever.
some
and then-
dubstep.
Yeah.
I hear them.
Hey, it works really good though. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and you can tell them to do a huge variety of things. Like there's
Yeah. What's the weather?
yeah, and I guess that's a good point to bring it up because why do people get them? It's to make things easier for them. You don't have to type it in. It's like
Because we're lazy. So you
So-
literally Alexa, do this, and then
and there
Alexa call Ethan. And
Yeah.
then
yeah, and it can get into all of your apps on your phone too, right? It can do all that stuff. So
Yeah, it can do a lot of
it
stuff.
just makes it like a personal assistant with you all the time, and they can do whatever you want. Well,
for only $60 one-time fee.
yeah. Here's where it gets a little skeptical, though. I get a little skeptical about it, though. When does it stop listening to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there
It's
a
got the trigger word like Alexa, Amazon, computer.
It's an always-on device, though. It is on all the time, always listening. It has to be. How else would it turn on when
Yeah.
you say Alexa
Yeah,
or
and
whatever?
we know that everything nowadays has to do with advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about that last podcast with the 80s, how that was a big boom and people are figuring out. And nowadays, everyone's mining our data. So like I haven't really researched into Alexa, but
Mm-hmm.
every time Colin says, Alexa, play me this music, it's storing that somewhere. I mean, and either to say it's helping him to find stuff that he's not familiar with and maybe you want to go buy a CD, like give and take help, but also storing it. But I don't know about besides when it's on, it could be listening, and probably we talked a little bit about hacking in, perhaps. Or I'm not so sure to jump right in. Like I'm sure if the hacker has the capabilities the government could, I'd be more worried about like companies collecting data or like outside people besides the government hacking in to do it.
Well, and to go back to that too, I mean, all these apps we use and everything, we're all these different companies.
Facebook, I mean, that's all it is.
Facebook, yeah, huge, yeah. But like, what was the app called? Is it Spotify or Apple Music that give you the end of the year, like everything you listen?
Both were.
Okay, so Apple Music and Spotify, they've been giving people their most listened to song and
Artists, albums,
genre, everything.
How many hours they listen to it.
So they know all this information. They know in the future they're going to be able to know like the exact subgenre of what music category of what artists you all like and how much you like. They probably already can do this, and then they can like advertise specific things.
Well, wasn't
to you.
that the Google goggles or glasses where they pretty much said you could wear them, and if you walked by something, they'd know, and they'd make billboards just specifically for you.
That's creepy.
And like throw them in your face, like on your
Yeah.
I don't know. That must not have taken off the goggles thing, because remember that was a thing.
Yeah,
the
Google goggles.
That might have gone too far. And
Too
they're
far.
like, here.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there is a too far. If there is a too far for
We're already at it.
companies, because I mean, you could tell people this, like imagine telling somebody from the 80s.
I saw a commercial, and maybe you've seen it. It's like an Amazon commercial, and it's like a little kid, it's either a little girl, a little boy, and they're like, how do they know this? How do they know that? Like it's either going through everyday life, and I'm thinking like, is this for Amazon or against it? Like, are they to show that they're tracking you, or? But it's a pro Amazon commercial to show that how they can help you in life and like how powerful Amazon is and the lookups and everything. Colin, are you worried at all? No. See, he bought
I see
one.
that Colin. I did a survey on Instagram. I saw Colin was in the 20% that voted no, and I know why because he bought the thing. So obviously, all these people who bought
it.
But I should have done a follow-up question. I did. Do you think the government can tap into Amazon, Alexa, Google, all these different things that have the little speaker things with microphones in them? and 80% of people said yes, 20% said no, I should have had a follow-up question, would you still buy them? Because I bet we'd still have 80% yes, 20% no. They
and
don't
the ones
care.
that say, they don't care.
They don't care.
I mean, they're carrying around the main thing that does it all right here, the
Exactly.
cell phone.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell your story, Damon, about what happened from last week's podcast to what happened when you got home?
I was just telling you that. I forgot what it was, and I'm glad I took a screenshot of it because I was going to send it to you because it was kind of eerie.
Golden Tee.
The Golden Tee. So our last episode, we talked about Arcade 1, and I have never looked up Arcade 1 video games.
Arcade 1-Up, yeah.
1-Up. And just sitting here talking about it with the phone on the table. And in Facebook, sure enough, an Arcade 1-Up from Walmart ad showed
the Golden Tee one that we have that we talked about.
No, I have purchased something from Walmart on Black Friday, a vacuum.
Yeah.
Not an arcade. Not an arcade.
That
game.
is wild.
So
they're pretty similar, Damon. Come on.
They're pretty similar.
They both plug into the wall.
Plug into the wall.
So that tells
they both
us
make a lot of noise.
almost 100%.
I won't go 100% because I do know such thing as coincidences.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I'm racking my brain if I can almost guarantee you I did not search it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's.
We had that happen. We had it happen with another instant though too, where I told you about it.
Let's do a test right now. All right. All of our phones are out. Colin, get your phone on the table. Let's just talk about something for like 2-3 minutes and see.
Clothing, I think, is
what's
big
something
one.
though that none of us would we're not going to look up in the next week. What's something that we could talk about that we're not familiar with, like that we would
Raising Cane's chicken.
What is
No,
that?
because that Raising Cane's chicken.
How about shower curtains? I'm looking to buy a shower curtain for my bathroom, for my home, for a Christmas present. I'm really not.
What kind of? Well, don't tell it that in my note.
Sorry, it's that smart.
What kind of shower curtains do you like, Damon? I mean, shower curtains are awesome. Shower curtains are just great. Everyone loves shower curtains.
We got new shower curtain recently.
Yeah, we did get a new shower curtain.
Can you see through it, or does it open up?
It's got like fish on it.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Like a tropical. Like underwater. What
almost
kind of
retro.
Shower curtain are you gonna get? Shower curtain, Damon.
Well, I'm probably gonna order my shower curtain online because I need to be. People can't. Well, I live by myself, but I can't see the cats or the people come in and cats to see me with my shower curtain.
There you go. Well, I mean, cats love shower curtains. Dogs love shower curtains.
And while I'm at it, I might buy some regular curtains.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
So
now we're opening it up, so it could be a shower curtain or any kind of curtain at all.
Just don't Google curtains because. We want to see
exactly.
We want to go out and buy these curtains.
Us three will not look.
This
up.
is riveting to everyone listening right now.
Shower curtain conversation.
Yeah.
This is groundbreaking stuff here. Well, just to finish it up, shower curtain. If I am not going to type in shower curtain. Colin, will you?
No.
Damon, no. Okay, so this will be a study we can bring up next week. If any of us are going through Facebook or Google or Twitter or whatever, and you happen to see a shower curtain, just to really make sure it gets it.
Ethan, are we going to be able to do a podcast next week?
We'll figure
next
it out.
Wednesday is Christmas.
Whoa, yeah.
True. We'll have to either do it early next week, shower curtain, just throughout the whole podcast, throw in shower curtain. We'll bring it up next week, and if you guys see anything on any of your social media or whatever, just take a screenshot of it. Because I am actually very curious to see if this is going to happen. Shower curtain.
Good idea.
If it's a thing or if we are totally just maybe it is a big coincidence. Now, here's my question, Damon. Next week we come back, all three of us get a shower curtain ad. Would you still say it's a coincidence, or would you 100%?
Oh no, that'd be
at that point you'd say that's verifiable.
Yeah, because I've never Googled shower curtains.
Ethan, one more question.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the Wilder Demon released footage tape?
The week isn't over yet.
I thought it was. When did he say?
I said it was going to come out this week.
Colin just threw that in there. He's like,
I just remembered.
Shower curtain.
Sure. You can probably put it up.
Easy over there.
Hey, the week isn't over yet, so we can still put it up.
Oh.
Yeah, I said I put it up this week.
Well,
yeah,
I saw on the news. Sorry, I changed the subject.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, that was very random.
I
just remembered.
On the news, the Nest doorbell now is a big one too. Kind of relates to the Alexa.
Yep.
But there was footage of it, like watching a little kid in their room and someone talking to them, like, I'm Santa Claus or something, like, be my friend. Did you see that at all?
No.
Yeah, so people and I think that wasn't staged. I guess, they always follow up and do a little investigating.
Yeah.
Because people would do that for attention because, hey, I want to go viral.
Yep.
But, I mean, if that stuff can happen, like baby monitors, things like that, or even smart TVs, it was just on the news. A lot of people don't realize their smart TVs are capable of that Alexa or like
Yep.
that stuff, and they might even have a webcam.
Do they have
I'm
webcams?
I'm pointing at this one like it does. Like
This is an old,
Emerson.
yeah.
But
Do these modern smart TVs have cameras
some of
on
them
them?
do. Yeah.
Really?
Or if you put I believe some
Ours
do.
doesn't.
Unless
No.
unless they were talking about putting a webcam on your TV.
On
but
your TV?
I just assume that the
I know a
TV
lot of
had a
people
one in it.
cover
Tape 'em
they cover their
on their
webcams
laptops.
because people are very like worried that hackers can get in, and they definitely can. But my question is, I know a lot of people who cover their webcam but they own an Alexa. Like people don't realize that a hacker could get into your Alexa and take all of your information that you're talking to it about.
Do you
Maybe
use Siri on your phone or no?
once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. But I keep bringing up Alexa like I'm just going down on Amazon. It's not that I have anything against Amazon, but they're the biggest ones right now. Google has one. I'm pretty sure Apple.
I feel bad like if you named your daughter Alexa and like
Yeah.
I mean not only like now that's like sorry Alexa's out there, but like tied to her name, but also like if you're growing up and you have one and like what do they do?
Hey Alexa,
Can you-
come get dinner.
Yeah.
What would you want?
Yeah. Can you change it, Colin, to a different name, or does it have to be Alexa?
No,
Oh,
you
you can
can
change it?
Not it can only be like Amazon computer or
Oh,
something like that.
they have set
So
ones.
you
Yeah,
could,
there's
you could
like
say
4.
Hey, Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I wanted him to bring his Alexa with tonight, but
I
he of course
forgot it.
forgot it.
Do you ever
so-
feel like you should say thank you after it plays you something? Like, is it teaching people? I mean, I know it's just
Better manners than
Just
manner
it's just a
teaching?
robot or
Yeah.
a fake artificial.
I don't know. I just yell at her
intelligence.
and Alexa, do this. I wonder if you say Alexis.
Alexis, maybe.
You know
Well,
what
okay, so we can get into other like
Riveting.
yeah, these phrases that they say like what's the Google one? Hey Google. Hey Google is the one for like Google devices or
actually
whatever.
say, "Hey,
you say
Google"?
hey Google. And then like
ugh.
my dad has one or whatever and it's like you say hey Google and then you ask it a question. So hey Google and Alexa are the two, they call it the wake up phrases for these devices. So technically they're not recording, this is what they say, they're not recording anything you say until you say the wake up phrase.
See, I guess personally, I have all that stuff shut off. Like on my phone, I have Siri. I guess I'd
You
have
have
to
Siri
hold
shut
the,
off?
Well, unless I hold the button down, which you can do that. I don't talk. If I pull the
Does it work if I say hey Siri? Well, hey Siri.
see, I have
No,
to hold
you have to
my
hold
button
it.
down.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Oh, so you might have that off too because it should just say, "What do you want?" Oh, there you go.
Curious about what? Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, careful. Now they're listening.
Same thing there, Paul.
Yeah, no, but it really is. That's would exactly prove the point of how Damon got how Damon got that advertisement brought up.
I mean, it was eerie enough where I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't
Because
send it to you.
that's almost creepier
Bring it up.
than the Alexa thing because we didn't even say like a phrase or anything to get that woken up, whatever. It just was recording the whole time, obviously, because otherwise, how would it know that? Unless you, I don't know. You said you didn't though. You didn't look anything up. With
Not
the
that,
arcade
see, that's the
one-up.
thing. Like, I can't be 100% control because I don't think I did. Like when I was sitting here talking. Like,
No, I don't think we
think
did.
we did.
No.
No. And that's how you know. I mean, if you're Googling stuff, it pops up like Amazon.
Yeah.
If you order something, I mean,
Yep.
it takes 30 seconds less. If you go on Facebook, they'll show up right away.
Yep.
Like if you Google
Cookies is what
anything.
they call that.
Yeah, you can go and like take them off if you get tired of seeing them or block them. But
Yep. And I was curious as to for these devices or whatever, how do they work? What's like the take the nuts and bolts of them? And so what I figured out was for the Amazon Echo, which is right now a really popular one.
would you take one apart? Or were you going to take Colin's apart?
No,
No
I
way.
didn't take it
Oh.
apart. He would kill me. That's his
I
real
don't-
friend.
I have the bigger one.
He's
you
got
know,
the
like
bigger one, yeah. But for the Amazon Echo, which is one of the smaller ones, I'm pretty sure, or the Echo Dot is the
Dot.
smaller one. Anyway, 7 microphones
Oh.
in that one device. 7 microphones, like that blew me away.
Yeah.
And they're always on. And how it works is it's always recording, not sending it to the cloud. It's always recording, and it loops over itself like every 20 seconds or whatever. And when it hears the wake up phrase, then it starts the actual, kind of like your dash cam, always recording. But when you click it, or I don't know how that works, then
Yeah.
when you hit a button, then it starts actually recording
Yeah,
over.
You could set it to take
Yeah.
a picture.
So your Amazon thing, Colin, is always recording, but it's not recording to the cloud, they say. So when you say, hey, Alexa, or whatever, then it starts actually recording, and that data is sent to the internet, because you have to be hooked up to the internet to use it. It's sent to the cloud, and it is stored there indefinitely on the cloud. They will have this information about what you said, and unless you go on your phone or your app or whatever, however it works, you can actually go on there and delete what you've said, but it'll keep it on there forever.
Oh, and that's why I mix match them here, but the Siri one I shut off so it's not always listening, because then that takes more battery from your phone.
Yep.
And same with Bluetooth. If I'm not using Bluetooth,
Bluetooth will drain it too.
Because it's always searching for a signal.
And Wi-Fi.
That's weird though. If you have that shut off though, and they still, if we find out that what our experiment, that they're still listening, that'd be like a violation of privacy. Because you turned it off, so it should only come on when you want it to be there.
Right. And none of us said Siri or anything.
No, we didn't. Well,
I don't know
we did.
I don't know any Siris. Except for my video game, The Witcher.
Siri, is that an actual name? Like, is someone's actual name Siri?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's some weird names, sure. So
not saying that Siri's a weird name.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a different Munchie. Yeah. So what? And then what it does is
Game of Thrones.
When it starts recording your after the wake up phrase, it goes into a profile, and so it'll actually learn Colin's voice over time. And it'll build a profile of your voice.
So when you're asking, I guess that'd be a broader question. So if a hacker or, aka otherwise, the government was going to hack it, they'd probably go right for those files, not like someone's going to sit there listening into what you're saying. They'd go right for those files that they're looking at.
True. And
this kid likes a lot of hip hop music.
But what they're probably looking for is more. They want information that could lead them into. No, they want information like. I know that you can hook up. We'll talk about all the different things you can do with it, but you can hook up these devices to like your door to unlock your doors and stuff. And if you can get that information. That is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like you can open your garage door, you can unlock your house.
Well, the commercial now, the guy's driving. You think he's driving home and turning on everything for himself. He's like, set the temperature to 71.
Oh my gosh!
Turn on some mood music, and then all of a sudden his wife calls me. He's like, "Oh, thanks, honey, for getting the house all ready for me." And then he's pulling up to the hospital where he works the night shift.
You're sitting at home and you're like, "God, it's hot in here," and you go over to the thermostat.
That's like Big Brother. I mean, not Big Brother. There was a movie about that where your house. Like
the Disney movie.
This one I'm not thinking of Disney one. This one starts killing the people in the house.
Oh, okay, no. There is a Disney movie though.
That's Disney, Damon.
Yeah, it is Disney now.
There is a Disney movie though. What's it called? Smart House or whatever, where the whole house is like a robot and it talks to him and everything.
And then the house changes places with the kid.
The house gets mad though. The house gets mad at the kid for not hanging out with it enough, for like talking to it.
That's totally ripped off of like, I don't know if it was a 70s
I
movie
do
or
remember that.
You know what movie I'm talking
about?
about?
Was there a big glowing red dot in the... No, digressing.
No, I don't know. But that's a unique part for that one that Disney didn't copy.
Copy a horror movie.
Yeah, so I don't know, like where does it end, and where does enough become enough to where people are actually freaked out? Because right now people frankly don't care. They're selling like crazy.
Yeah, no.
Maybe people are just uneducated.
Yeah.
They don't know. Maybe that's why this is a good thing that we're talking about.
A mix of both, educated and don't care.
Yeah. And so what I was saying was they build a profile for, let's just use Colin as an example because he has one, and it'll learn your voice or whatever, so it can better, they say it can better and faster load and get information from you. That's kind of weird though that it's building right now in the world of deep fakes and like voice recognition and everything. That's almost kind of creepy.
Oh,
that they're learning your voice and that they could, and maybe someday in the future, if a hacker got a hold of it, they could use that against you.
So when Colin becomes president, we're all going to be afraid because they're going to use his voice to call another leader or another country. And I mean, we're on the podcast. Everyone, I mean, we're on YouTube. Everything.
Yep.
It's kind of documented live time.
They did that with Joe Rogan. They took hundreds of hours of the Joe Rogan podcast, and they actually, if you could find it, Colin, it's super interesting on YouTube. See if you can load it up. Type in Joe Rogan deep fake voice. They were able to type in, like, make a type to talk with Joe Rogan's voice.
Oh, sure.
So they typed like, I like fat walruses drinking Kool-Aid. Yeah. And then Joe Rogan said that in his voice.
It's kind of, you've seen examples of that on, I don't know if it was Jimmy Fallon, but where they take the actual clips and then show the clips and like make people say stuff like over and over again.
What do they call that? It was really
like
popular.
Usually it's songs. Usually like it's like 80s, 90s rap.
Yeah.
Make someone who normally would never sing that song like sing it for comedy's sake.
Yep.
But when you tie it into what you're talking about and it makes you really think.
You could like, I mean.
That deepfake stuff, if you didn't watch those
creepy.
other podcasts, it's very creepy.
And you got to think about like what kind of stuff you could do. You could start I mean, you could help. You could get people losing their job and destroying families.
Now you can put Alexis behind like our cloaking device. You don't even know what's in the room. You could just be like,
we got the cloaking device from last week, and then we have the
I mean, it all ties together.
Let's see if we can find it here. Okay, there it is, right there, the top one. Okay, let me see if we can turn this up.
So Colin's pulling up a video of what is it, Joe Rogan?
Deep voice
It's
fake.
a deep
They
fake.
type.
Yeah, so it learns. It's kind of like the Google thing or the Amazon Alexa thing. It learns Joe Rogan's voice and it learns his speech pattern, how he talks and everything, his accents and everything, and then it literally creates like an artificial, like not alphabet, but an artificial vocabulary
Kinda like
for
how
him,
they-
so that if you go on like online, you can do a text or type to talk. Let's see if this will work here. By a machine learning model, it says for people. Chimp hockey team. Are we not getting anything from it, Colin? I don't think. Oh, here we go.
I've got something new to tell all of you. I've decided.
It was going.
Here, pause it, Colin, quick. Or go to lower quality, like change the quality because we don't really need. We want that. We want that 144p action. We want that banana filmed on a banana, lowest quality possible. All right, see if you can play
Decided
it.
to sponsor a hockey team made up entirely of chimps. I'm tired of people telling me that chimps are not capable of kicking human ass in sports. Chimps are just superior athletes. And these chimps have been working out hard. They're throwing kettlebells, battle ropes, everything. I've got them on a strict diet of bone broth and elk meat. These chimps will rip your balls off. God damn, it's impressive. All I got to say is, see you on the ice, folks.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's all tied
Isn't that crazy?
not a lot of gaps in the
No,
sentences and
and
stuff.
it sounds like Joe Rogan actually talking and like having a conversation.
Could you tell a little bit, Ethan,
Tell what?
that it's not actually him?
It's
some
not
of
perfect.
the inflection.
Yeah,
is
there's
not,
the inflection a little bit, like how he says things, but like we're in the early phases of it. The fact that we can already do it and they can already do it well just makes me worry for the future that it's going to get too good.
Yeah.
Like the deep fakes that are coming out right now, the deep fake videos. If you can look one more video, look up deep fake interview George Lucas and Robert Downey Jr.
Well, that brings us, when you're talking about this, brings us into the other, I think Facebook owns it. Was that the portal?
Just type that in, Colin.
The
Yeah, the portal.
where,
Isn't that new?
Like you put it like fairly new, maybe a year or so. But put it in your. It actually camera follows you around.
Third one down.
And like, that's got to be recording. I mean, I don't know how you turn that on at all.
I don't
too, but
see.
I don't know
saw
why anyone
that.
would want to.
What does it do
like
though?
the
I've
next step
seen
up.
it. I've seen it, but I don't know what it
It's
does.
like a video, and I think it's when the commercial that one girl is cooking with her dad, and you're supposed to think like the dad's in the same room as her, but then at the end, like he's on a portal and they're just talking, so it's like almost like FaceTime, only it follows you around the room.
What do you mean
like-
it turns?
Yeah, the camera like must pivot in the machine
Really?
or something. Yeah.
Huh, I
and
gotta
then it
look-
probably just pulls up your Facebook, and then it probably just it's like another added layer of getting all your information.
That is unreal. That's crazy. I've seen like the advertisements for it, but I haven't looked into it. And I know
Something
that
along those lines.
Facebook's always trying to do this crazy stuff and everything. Who knows where it's going to go? We'll see if we can even play this video. But what they did here is they did a entirely deep fake interview with Tom Cruise, Robert Downey Jr., George Lucas. Pause it for a second, Colin, while it's loading so we can see it hopefully. But everyone here, they got like 5 voice actors that can do the impressions of all these guys,
Yeah.
and then they actually CGI put the different famous people's faces on their faces, and then they did an interview. And it's unreal how real it looks and like creepy.
And if you're just listening at home, go and if you're curious, go.
Yeah. The video
YouTube
is
it
it's a
yourself.
Collider video, deep fake roundtable, Cruise, Downey Jr., Lucas, and more.
Your internet's probably a little faster.
Yeah, you could probably see if we can
Yeah,
watch any of it
pull out your
here.
phone.
Let's see if we can watch any of it.
But then be careful because you'd Google deepfake and someone's gonna wonder what you're up to.
Exactly,
Right.
the government. Oh, we can't even load one video on here. It's unreal.
So this makes me long for the days of we were talking about the '80s last podcast and just watching cartoons as commercials, and that's how.
It was a
that's how they
simpler
got
time.
you.
It was a very
simpler
simpler,
time.
much simpler time than what we're dealing with. Gosh, we're not even
Ethan,
able-
did you want to open up one of these other ones?
Well, yeah, I was just hoping that we could watch this video quick. I can't believe we can't
Well,
even.
it's 15 minutes.
I know. I just wanted to watch like a minute of it. I can't believe we can't even watch a minute of it with this dang. Try refreshing it, maybe. Colin.
So are you still kind of old school, Ethan, where you don't plan on using Alexa or?
You know, I thought about getting
Like-
one, but I don't know if I'd use it enough. Like I just would get a speaker if I want to play music.
Because
Like
I wasn't really pondering it, but was thinking of it the other day because I want to give a shout out to a new show if anyone's interested in watching called Joe Pera Talks with You. It's not that new. It's like from 2018, but I just saw it. And
Joe Pera talks to you.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite shows. Are like 10, 15 minutes, and it's just like a simple show that kind of it's hilarious.
Huh.
It's a comedy show. It's hilarious.
What's it on?
It's on Adult Swim.
Okay.
So then, but it's also very relaxing and very like thought provoking.
Huh.
And it's like just like like the guy's just a simple guy, and it's just like, you know what? I mean, that's like how I live. But
Colin, disconnect and reconnect to it.
I'm just doing filler because our internet's not working.
Yeah.
But
No, I'll have to check that out and see. Because, I mean, you are right, though, Damon. Their times were simpler. They didn't have.
So I was getting back to it. I just don't like. I was trying to see if is it just because you're getting older and not up with technology? No, I know how all that works.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that some of it I don't want to use. Like I don't want to. Here it comes, but like a Kindle and a book. Like I'd rather.
Oh,
flip
I'd
through
rather read a book
and-
than, yeah, for sure. There's
Watch a
certain
VHS
things. Yeah,
tape.
watch a VHS movie over. Let's see if we get this here loading now, finally. The streaming wars.
Here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Above the Line, an intimate conversation with some of Hollywood's most recognizable faces. I'm Mark Ellis.
In
I'm
horrible
delighted
quality.
to be joined today
Is that guy real?
by Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
yep.
Honor and privilege to be here. Mark.
Next to him is, good to see you, as always, Jeff Goldblum. Ewan McGregor.
So they have
to my
actors that
left.
are doing this, and then they morph
To
their
his
face.
left is Robert Downey Jr.
Hi, I'm Robert Downey Jr.
And
Is that
to
not
his
crazy?
left is George Lucas.
Well, I apologize. Earlier, I had a burrito, and I've.
They have 80s George Lucas too. That's awesome. That's like not George Lucas
I thought it
now.
was a gas leak.
I just
Smells
want to
wet.
apologize.
Smells
I
wet.
want to apologize. I know
very
that
wet.
you guys were all thinking it.
George.
Gentlemen, the world's gone streaming. Streaming services are all the rage these days. Robert, when did you first realize that streaming...
The guy that does the Robert Downey Jr. impersonation, he's not as good as the other
First I thought
guys.
it was another word for golden showers.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
The streaming thing?
Sure,
you know?
sure,
But did it
sure.
turned out to be...
Urination, yes.
it
He
turned
He
out
sounds
to
more like
be
that actor
what
from
it is,
Brooklyn
which is
Nine-Nine.
strange and also
I don't know his
I don't know
name,
if I-
but-
weird. The fact that something can come into your house.
Jeff Goldblum, though, look, this guy's like really good.
Surgery.
There's a lot of little fine print, isn't there, all the time?
Sure,
Who's
Pretty
that
good
guy?
too.
That's how it
I don't know.
starts,
I recognize him from a couple things, but
Ooh, and
Look
then
at-
later there's running and
Right.
streaming because Jurassic Park.
those guys are really good. Yeah. So we don't have to watch the whole thing. Definitely go check that out. It's hilarious.
And a real shout out quick too. There's a funny one I saw, and I think I mentioned this before, but where Bill Hader is doing impersonations of Tom Cruise on a talk show,
yep.
and then also
And they switch
Seth
it.
Rogen, perhaps.
Yeah,
And Hader's sitting there, and then they just switch his face.
They like morph it during the
while
interview.
he's doing the
It's like Conan. I
impersonations.
think it's Conan.
Yeah,
Yeah. So where we were going with that though, the fact that they can take your voice or your face, whatever, and we're getting into this weird, like, what do you want to call it? Like a weird time in our lives where deep fakes are becoming like a reality. And like you could do weird things and creepy things with that.
I joke, but it's like you could have anyone. I mean, that you get sued for their likeness. You
Yep.
could have any actor play any role in any movie and
True.
then make it. Like they did
Yeah.
this with Gemini and Will Smith, where he played a younger Will Smith.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think that movie did too hot at the box office, but
No.
they spent a lot of time.
Yep. And they've done it before with other movies where but it's becoming really real where you can't even tell anymore. Like
Yeah.
what's real, what's fake, and in the future, it's gonna get worse. Like
On the
it's only gonna get
81st
worse.
Star Wars movie,
Yeah, 81st Star Wars movie.
they'll have Baby Yoda will be. running
Let's
around.
baby Yoda. That thing is really blowing up right now. Baby Yoda. That's like the
Very
meme.
cute.
Yeah, it is. Amazon reportedly employs thousands of people to listen to your Alexa conversations. This is a real thing.
Really?
They employ people to go through, and you can apparently opt out of this. Just like no, Colin, it's not this one. It was the CNN one I told you to relook up.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, here's the headline. Amazon reportedly, like I said, employs thousands of people to listen to your Alexa conversations. So they have a global team of people that go through, it says here, United States, Costa Rica, and Romania listen to as many as 1,000 audio clips in shifts that last up to 9 hours. The audio clips they listen to were described as mundane and even sometimes possibly criminal, including listening to a potential sexual assault. Now, they cannot do anything if they hear anything bad. Like for the sexual assault case, they couldn't do anything. because
So they're not getting subpoenaed to go through and look
no,
at these?
no. Well, they can legally because it is their thing. When you buy it and when you turn it on and when you agree to their terms and whatever,
It's all part of their agreement.
It's all part of their agreement. You are signing up for it. You know that they can listen to you and you don't care. So they are, and the reason for it is development. They have thousands of people that are going through your conversations are doing it for developing the product and developing the company. And Amazon, strangely enough, does not like to talk about it really. They don't like to talk about what goes on behind the scenes. They keep it kind of low key. And why do you think that is? Is there something that they don't want us to know, or is it because they don't want other companies to gain, a heads up? What do you think it is?
Probably
Like,
a little bit of both.
Why would they be kind of secretive about a lot of this stuff?
Colin's the expert over here.
Yeah, he's
He
got one,
has
so
one,
we don't
so-
know much about it.
You said a little bit of both.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Damon? You think that's why they like to keep it on the down low? Why?
Yeah, they don't want negative. I mean, conspiracy. They
Kind of
don't-
a touchy subject.
Yeah, they don't want negative PR, and then also probably like Colin said, they don't want people to learn the technology as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're pretty transparent with their automated systems. Like you can go take some pretty cool tours of the actual facilities, like packing facilities, like in Shakopee. They're not going to take you behind and watch people with headsets listening to Colin,
No.
listening to rap music. but
No.
You have to listen to some classical once in a while, Colin, just to kind of.
Oh, I do.
Mix it up a
But
little
no,
bit.
like
yeah.
if that answered like a
Yeah.
little bit. They don't. I mean, you don't want people saying to hurt sales that we're listening all the time or
Yeah.
like,
You don't want to freak people out.
people out.
But it kind of does freak you out when there's
Yeah.
thousands of people going through random conversations.
That's
I mean,
their
the way-
full-time job.
I don't. Like we said, I personally wouldn't get one or not using one. But yet I sit here and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but I have a cell phone,
Shower curtain.
and shower curtain, and I like go, evening go on Facebook to see what people are doing that I don't really care what they're doing. It's just like it's there, so I look
Yep.
at it. And now it's mostly ads and things that are blocked. But so I mean, they know what I'm searching. It's hooked up with Amazon, and I use Amazon Prime. The stuff I search on Amazon, they know what I want to buy. And
Yeah. Well, let me tell you some of like the creepy cases here where Alexa has like gone into the major headline news within the past couple of years. So first of all, Colin, bring up the one about the couple who was having like a conversation, and their conversation was sent to a random person on their contact list. So
Oh, I think I heard about that.
yeah,
on
this
the
is a
news.
Portland couple, but their Amazon Echo was listening and recording their discussion. The device then sent the recording to someone in their contacts without the couple's knowledge. The wife, identified only as Danielle, told Seattle TV station KIRO 7 that they learned something was amiss when they received a phone call from the husband's employee who lived in Seattle, telling them that he had inadvertently received their conversation. He told them to unplug their Alexa devices right away. So here's Amazon's response to it, which is interesting. Echo woke up due to a word in the background conversation sounding like Alexa. Then the subsequent conversation was heard as send message request, at which point Alexa said out loud, to whom? At which point the background conversation was interpreted as a name in the customer's contact list. Alexa then asked out loud, customer's name, right? Alexa then interpreted background conversation as right. It is unlikely, as the string of events is, we are evaluating the options to make this case even less likely.
That's why they're doing all their research. They want to make sure
Yeah.
that doesn't happen.
What's the coincidence that Amazon 5 times hears something from a conversation that you're not even talking to the thing? It's in the other room. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think could realistically happen? Like, that seems very strange.
I mean, I'm not going to say it couldn't happen because I don't know the nuts and bolts of it or what's going on. But I mean, if it's when you're giving it cues, or if it hears something it thinks it hears and it's going to call someone, maybe
5 times though, and it
I don't
records
know.
your
Yeah,
conversation
I
and
don't
know.
sends it
That's
to an
crazy.
employee.
It could have a bug in it.
It almost is a little creepy, a little weird, but we'll just give it the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, that is something that could
80%,
happen.
yeah.
80% say yes.
That is weird.
Let me bring up another one for you. There was a boy. This is a video calling on the file. Go back to files. This is pretty funny actually. This one it just shows you that the Alexa system is not perfect and it needs a lot of work. You might have to skip in a little bit to the video, Colin. Here's a 6-year-old boy talking to Alexa, and you won't believe what comes up. This is pretty funny. This is a good one.
I joked, but I hope the kids learn manners with just asking it to do things.
Alexa,
Come on, skip into it a little bit. Like probably half.
Play ticket.
Right here.
Play ticker.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected? Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, call.
Uh-oh.
Pussy anal dildo ringtone.
Alexa,
Oh,
stop!
jeez. So that happened before, and then they're just like recording it to have them do it again.
You think it was set up, Damon?
Well, I mean, a redo. Like that
Oh,
probably
you think it
happened.
did happen, but then they
Then
kind
they
of went back to
probably
make a
went
viral
back.
video?
Yeah.
The video did go viral. It's
Yeah.
like 2 million views
For
or
some
whatever.
reason, that's like what people shoot for. Like, to go viral.
I don't know how Alexa read Tiga Digger or whatever the kid was saying as porno dildo.
Again, that's why they have all these people locked in
Didn't,
the room.
didn't he say
doing
taint
search.
or
he was trying to have it say his
I have
favorite
no
song
idea. Yeah,
or
probably
sing his
some
favorite
weird
song,
song.
but I don't know what it
Hopefully
was.
we don't hear.
I don't know how Alexa heard porno.
That's the risk you run though. Like especially if you have kids around there.
Yep.
Like
Well, then
cheating on homework. I heard that one. I mean,
Cheating on homework?
You can just sit there with your.
Yeah.
No, we should put a claimer. Don't do this.
No.
But you can sit there with your dot and sit there and ask it math problems and write down the answers. I mean.
yeah,
that's
but they
what
can
it-
do that either way on their phone.
I know, but now
Yeah.
it's even easier.
Now it's even
lazier
easier
to
'cause
now
do.
they don't have to type it in.
Yeah, now they don't have to type it in.
It takes away one
I don't have to
less
learn
step for
anything.
cheating. Go to the file or the not the file, the web page for the girl that bought or the young girl that bought the here it is right here.
$70
6-year-old accidentally
Oh.
buys a $170 dollhouse and 4 pounds of cookies
Accidentally.
on her mom's Alexa. So what happened was the girl said that she didn't buy this stuff, obviously. She just told Alexa that she wanted it, and the mom saw on her account that she had over $170 worth of charges, and then in the mail, $170 KidCraft dollhouse
Huh.
and 64 ounces, 4 pounds of cookies showed up at their doorstep.
Yeah.
So when you have these kids around and they're
You better set down some ground rules, or
You better-
or they better do that research so they only recognize your mom's voice, so these kids can't be.
that speech recognition or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It kind
You
of
should
brings
go
up.
back. Oh, sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was
Go
to
back.
say no. You go. Just think of the things you could do. Colin could be sleeping, and you could just yell through his door and start playing music. Like,
Well, the funniest thing is, when I was doing research for this, Burger King did a commercial not too long ago where they had the guy in the commercials like he was holding the Whopper and he's like, I don't have enough time to explain the Whopper to you, so come here. And then the camera goes up to him and he's like, Hey Google, what is the Whopper? And then it was a video of in someone's house. They scanned over to their
Oh my
Google
gosh.
and it said the Whopper is a sandwich and it actually worked.
They're gonna
and
start grilling.
Google got mad at Burger King for doing it because people that had them at home, people all over the country, their Googles went off and they started reading the Wikipedia page about what the Whopper is.
yeah. Well, that's like watching football. Talk next week about sports, but they always have those commercials that pop up that I'm sure they're hoping your Siri's on, and it goes, "Hey Siri," and then they say, "Look up this stat." Like they want
Yep.
you to do it yourself. But I wonder how many phones that sets off while you're doing it.
I bet a lot.
Amazon's still trying to figure out what sport team I like because it's also funny that like when you're shopping Amazon now they put up those little surveys. Have you seen those? It's
Yeah.
like, what
Yep.
sport? Like okay, if you're gonna pick one of those, all that's doing is mining research from you. Like
Yep.
okay, let's
Yep.
try to sell them this team or
Yep.
like pinpoint it. But if you're watching, it's the Wild because I have the hat on. So
I think data mining right now is more valuable than actual mining for like real.
and they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
quite a
Facebook
while.
data mining, Google data mining, Amazon data mining, collecting profiles on all the United States citizens. Like that is what is worth more money than probably anything.
Yep.
Because if you know that, you could target people, get them to buy your
Yep.
products or whatever, and you can really.
And then if it gets in real criminals' hands, then they can
Yeah.
really scam you better because you realize they might know some things about you that you think only a real reputable place would know. And I mean, everyone's
True,
got to watch
true.
out for being scammed. But man, there's so many scams out all the time that you're
Oh yeah,
like, watching.
yeah.
And
Well, and that opens up the gate. Like what we haven't talked about too much. What happens when a hacker gets into these devices or whatever? And I mean, I guess we did talk about it, but what happens when they get in and they start knowing all this information about you, and then they get into your credit card or your bank account, like we talked about unlocking your doors. Like, I mean, we're into some creepy, dark.
well, that's what credit. That's what. Yeah, you're right.
The door thing's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if technically a hacker could break into your house and shut your, I mean, you can control a security system with some version, like if you have the camera system hooked up to your Alexa, you can control your camera system with it.
Yeah.
So they could tell your shut off security system or shut off cameras 1 through 4, unlock door, turn lights off. Like you could literally have a whole burglary planned and get away with it. And then when you leave, cameras turn on, lights back on. Like you could literally have everything figured out. Unlock door, shut garage. Like you could literally have everything covered and get away with it without anybody. Now that's an extreme.
Extreme if it was like an extreme place you wanted to get into, like Ocean's.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be pretty far out there. But hey, I've seen crazier things than that, so I don't know. That might be something.
I mean, there's a balance. There's convenience, and there's also being knowledgeable about this stuff.
Exactly. Go back to files, Colin. There is a couple quotes in there that I put from just reading a couple news articles. An Amazon patent that they just filed for is very interesting. What they're trying to do with it. And when it comes up here, I'll just read it quick. Found this in a news article that when I was doing research about this whole thing. I don't know why we can't even load a picture.
Yeah, no,
it's not even the Wi-Fi.
No, it's a computer for sure. We can't even load one picture.
I don't know.
It's Amazon trying to stop us, Damon, from getting them.
Do you remember what
here it is. All right, zoom in a little bit. So here's what it says. Whoa. In fact, the devices listen all the time they are turned on. And Amazon has envisioned Alexa using that information to build profiles on anyone in the room to sell them goods. Here's the patent that they filed. Amazon filed a patent application for an algorithm that would let future versions of the device identify statements of interest, such as "I love skiing," enabling the speaker to be monitored based on their interest and targeted for related advertising. A Google patent application describes using future releases of its smart home system to monitor and control everything from screen time and hygiene habits to meal and travel schedules and other activities. Now, they're literally talking about like getting into your life, like calendar, getting into your like hygiene habits. Like they're going to know when you run out of toothpaste.
Yeah.
And then they're going to request you to buy toothpaste.
Well, you can already sign up for like Prime Pantry and get a discount.
Yeah. Is that the thing like where you push a button when you're out of something and it like automatically sends it back to your house? Is that what that is?
Yeah, you can sign up for like Prime Pantry.
God, they can do.
Or it automatically delivers something every like 2-3 months, whatever.
Until the drones start bringing them.
That's what they're gonna. It's all gonna be robots running this world.
Delivery.
iRobot, pretty much. We're living in here. Go back to the files column. There's one more on there. It's a quote from a guy here, and I thought it was interesting. John Simpson, the Consumer Watchdog Privacy and Technology Project Director, said, Google and Amazon executives want you to think that Google Home and Amazon Echo are there to help you at the sound of your voice. In fact, they're all about snooping on you and your family in your home and gathering as much information on your activities as possible. You might find them useful sometimes, but think about what you're revealing about yourself and your family and how that information might be used in the future. Instead of charging you for these surveillance devices, Google and Amazon should be paying you to take one into your home. That part got me. They should be paying you to put them into your house.
Do they pay you, Colin?
I haven't gotten any checks yet.
Because they are getting that much information that it's so valuable that the return on the investment or the return on you buying that thing, they're making so much money off of you from you buying with their one device. It's unbelievable.
I think Ethan picked this topic because he does not want that in the apartment.
Yeah, he's really making it
He's
clear.
walking around
soundproofing my room.
Pins and needles in the apartment. And
I'm gonna have to build like a device to put over that when Colin's at work or something, so that it can't hear anything going on in the house or anything. Because I don't know. I'm just kidding. It's not like I'm paranoid at all. But it's one of those things that, like,
be aware of it.
You're aware of it. You know what's going on.
Ethan, why is my Alexa cut?
Why is the cable cut?
Smashing to pieces.
And then you hear it. I will never die. I'm on a permanent battery.
Yeah. Why don't you like me?
So here's some of the things, just to pull this together here. Some of the things that it can do, not to freak you out. But right now, as of 2019, the amount of things that Alexa and the whole line of products that it is connected to can do. It can order food and products, play music, control your speakers, control your TV, control your lights, control your thermostat, lock and unlock your house, hook up to your Ring doorbell, control and see all your security cameras, turn on your coffee machine, hook up to an Uber, control electrical outlets, feed your pets, open garage, start your washer and dryer, control your fridge and vacuum and air conditioning, control internet, and see your calendar.
That's a good list you composed there.
Yeah. So, I mean, and people are like, that sounds awesome. They're like, and they're like, gosh, I don't have to do anything. I mean, it can really, when you're gone, you could be like, Alexa, set the thermostat to 64, vacuum the house, feed my pet, turn off all the lights. Like, you could literally not come home for a long time.
How does it feed the pets?
They make an Amazon Alexa pet feeder.
You can shoot treats at it by like going like this on your phone, like, I'm going to shoot a treat at my dog and swipe up.
But they also have it where it'll fill up a bowl of dog food and put water in another one. They have like brand new, it's just unbelievable.
You're going to be spending thousands of dollars on the Alexa vacuum.
It's not that expensive.
And people don't forget how to do these skills on your own. It's like all of a sudden electricity goes out, you're out, the grid's down.
They're like, they start having a seizure because they don't know what to do. I don't know how to do anything.
That's
Alexa, move the snow. Sending Alexa robot snow removal.
Well, there's that one funny commercial. I keep bringing up commercials like I've seen them all, but it is like you remember them because you're like, because we're aware of this stuff going on. But it's like there's a drone flying around his kitchen, and he like has the waste paper garbage order him a pizza, and like he asks the refrigerator what the weather is. He's got Google's on, like he's got virtual goggles on,
and to some
people, the dad's like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah.
But it's a comic joke.
To some people, this probably sounds like heaven. To other people, it sounds like George Orwell, 1984, like weird times here we're getting into.
I wouldn't even blame it. I wouldn't even say it's a total generation thing because I do know maybe it's just the friends that I like to hang out with aren't like all on board with like everything. And I'm not bashing Colin for it's like it's handy for playing music and
sometimes
stuff.
you see like grandparents getting on it first, like they're the first ones. The older
and they're the
people,
ones that'll fall for the scams too.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
It'll be like someone will hack and be like, give me your social security number and I'll play you this video, and they probably be like, okay.
We've had a couple grandmas who've been they get hacked all the time on stuff because people call them and we're like, ma'am, I can't pull up your credit card information for the insurance. Can we get that card number? Yeah. And she doesn't, they don't know what's real and what's not, so they just give it to them.
Get more trust.
Or they had like the grandson calling the grandparents.
Well, I can see where they believe it for you guys. It's fairly out of jail.
She's had it happen though before. A guy's called her before and said, "Hey, this is your grandson. I'm stuck in a horrible situation. I need money for a plane ticket."
Well, that's Minnesota nice because we tell our mom, sorry to interrupt, just hang up. You don't have to talk to them.
No.
They feel like you even have to talk to a telemarketer. Like, no, hit the click. Like,
hey, this is your grandson, Pablo. I don't even have a grandson, Pablo. Just like make up names. But hey, now in the future, they're going to be able to be like, hey, they're going to use your voice. Hey, this is Ethan, Grandma. I really need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, like we're talking some extreme, the deep fake FaceTime with the voice trans.
This is like your grandma one of those shields. The
10 years
cloaks,
and 10 years. And
Amazon's gonna watch this podcast, get a whole bunch of ideas for new stuff they can do.
Oh, deep fake FaceTime.
We're cloaking dots. That's the future. So you don't even know what's in the room.
Yeah. Well, here's an idea that Amazon's going to do. They're going to make a feature where you can hold up your phone to somebody else, and it'll take the person you want to talk to. It'll put their face on that person, so then you can actually have like a interaction with a real person, but it's a deep fake.
Too creepy.
What?
That's too creepy.
I don't know.
Make Alexa.
Amazon's sitting in the other room. All right, what did you just say?
Alexa shower curtain. It opens for you.
Shower curtain. There, we gotta say that. What if I told you guys that there was a company that knew everything that we've talked about tonight was going to happen in 1999, and that company is called Microsoft. Play the video. Amazon, play the video. Here's the video. Colin, skip in. Like, we got to skip by this lady. Microsoft is the company.
Welcome to the Microsoft home. As Robin arrives home from work, there's no more fumbling with keys because her motion starts the entry process. All Robin does is look into an eye scanner. She could also use a voice
see that says
or
Ring
fingerprint to
doorbell?
let in. Robin is recognized by the scanner. The front door unlocks and opens. As Robin enters, she just touches Welcome Home on the nearest wall panel, so the house is set just the way she likes it.
There is one new voice message from Chris at 5:23 p.m.
While Robin is listening to the house report, the lights come on to preset levels. Music comes on. The shades are raised. Messages are played. Everything in the home is connected together, and does whatever Robin and her family told the house
Alexa,
they
play
want to have.
Centaur.
This is from 1999. Can you believe that, Damon?
I can.
Really?
Well, I mean, yeah.
This is from 1999.
But can you start dinner? Okay, see you. Bye.
Because it's
Before
like that
Robin
movie.
starts to prepare dinner, she wants to see if everyone in the family will be home in time. She can check the entire family schedule, but just to be sure, she sends her daughter Jessie a message.
I love this part.
For Jessie, who's on her way home, it's just a simple matter of reading the message, then touching yes on her
it's like a
pocket
Palm
PC.
Pilot.
Her portable PC.
I had a Palm Pilot.
Could they do that? Could you hook up to the internet?
No.
Missing
Wait.
garlic, a key ingredient.
Yeah, if you're by a...
So she brings up a map, which shows just where her husband Chris's car is at the moment. She
Jeez.
wants him to stop and pick up the garlic. Using the home's name, she
To keep the
places a call
vampires
using
out.
the home's network communication.
Astro, call Chris in the car.
Look, this is the first time I've ever seen a voice-activated thing like that. Astro. That was before Alexa, before Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I thought you'd be calling. You're not upset about dinner, are you?
No, that's okay. You can just cook a couple of extra nights for this one.
So
Hey, it looks like you're right by the
cheesy.
hospital
P.S. I wanted a divorce.
Walks up on your left-hand side. Will you do me a favor and pick up some
Left-hand
of that
side.
garlic that I like in the jar? I'm making spaghetti tonight.
Okay, right. Well, I'm picking up Alex too, so I'll be home in a few minutes.
She has a whole thing of
While
garlic.
cooking dinner, Robin
She just sent him. She just wants some extra time to herself.
sends them into an electronic shopping list.
Look at this. She just took like a thing and scanned it
Which
and
will
put
be
it into
sent
an
via the
electronic
internet to an
shopping
online
list.
Now they just take pictures of what's in your fridge and Amazon will reorder it for
Yeah.
You can just toss the empty items out. A connected waste basket will add them to the shopping list.
Oh my, that's something we don't even have.
When the rest of the family gets home,
But
there
no,
are
I
many
think this
ways
is
the
a-
house makes life easier. Dad might want to change the lights and turn on the news in the family room. He can control any room from anywhere in the house. Jessie, meanwhile, starts to practice the piano. It's connected to the house too, and can tell if her favorite show is coming on in a few minutes.
Your favorite cartoon is
It
on in
seems
5
the
minutes.
TV
So she
wins
just
out
stops
again.
playing the piano. Excellent.
Look at this. We got
He was going to
Einstein
be a
in
scientist till
here.
his
Yep.
cartoon came on.
Displayed on the monitor, where he can get a much better look at what he's studying.
It pops up over the top of his thing.
Robin just about
Yeah.
has dinner ready.
Where's my husband with that garlic?
Add butter to the shopping list.
I love the sound it makes.
Yeah.
I love the sound.
I would pay to have Astro.
A smart appliance on the network can send a notification to anyone, anywhere in the house.
What do you think about this, Damon, so far? Is this blowing? It blows me away.
It's enjoyable. It's in a time capsule. It's interesting to watch. I just can't help but feel like people should be able to do all this stuff. I know it makes their life simpler, more simple, but it's like you should be able to do this stuff
Yeah.
on your own without.
Yeah.
have
Look
to-
at that. They have the first Ring doorbell.
You can only leave a message because the family.
I can see where some things make your life easier, and that's
Yeah.
good. Like good for technology. Like
Dad decides to watch.
This just it blows me away. This is in 1999.
yeah.
Want to watch something
And they got pretty much everything right. None of this technology was around back then. There was none. I mean, you didn't have anything like this.
Oh, the Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
You had to hook it in the computer, I think. To
Yeah.
I don't know if it.
Dad pauses the news and brings up the family.
But smart houses. Yeah.
This is just a crazy.
Video guide. He and the kids can choose what they want to watch from any different source already in or coming into the house. DVD, the web,
DVD.
cable,
Yeah, they're just
whatever.
like brainwashing
They
us
don't
to make
have
sure we watch
figure
our
out
cartoons and
which
our
song
TVs,
or how to
DVDs.
control
Oh, the cartoon's on.
The cartoon's on. Let me stop playing the piano.
Robin, meanwhile, is in the home
Look at this
office,
one.
where she has the same control over every aspect of the house from the PC, including heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Oh, just turn it down one.
Yeah.
As the evening winds down.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
I mean, you're
Robin
totally
has a
relying on
wireless
electricity. Like, I
Dad
don't want
can
to sound like
see the weather on the
a
web
doomsdayer, but I mean,
How many screens do these guys have?
They have it
got
in
a
every
screen
room.
on everything.
their electric bill's large.
Astro, good night.
Oh, the lights go
So
out.
you've seen
The
how
fun
Robin,
begins.
Chris, and the kids
Oh.
He didn't even say goodnight to his wife. Just to
No,
Astro.
he just said Astro. tonight.
Astro's only
Well, the
important.
night's just beginning for them, damn it.
No, their breath smells like garlic. They're,
Yeah.
they're all garliced up from
So
spaghetti.
I found this old thing, and I thought it was just kind of like it kind of tied into last week's episode a little bit too, but a good way to finish up
Yeah,
this.
and that's
that-
worth to go check out if you want to see that.
It's
If
funny.
you're listening,
yeah.
Go check that out.
It's from the
Pretty cheesy.
the 1999 Microsoft Home of the Future,
Yeah.
the Art of Living series. So I thought
Nailed
that
it.
was very. I love the cheesy acting first of all, but I thought the video itself was actually pretty crazy that they guessed everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if Seth MacFarlane was a part of the creation of that video.
He just made it.
He's pretty good at predicting stuff.
You have to change yours to Astro, Colin, if that's at all possible.
Astro.
And then make a noise go.
I love the sound effect. So that'll kind of tie it up this week.
Oh, no paddles tonight? No
paddles this week. No.
Yeah.
We were going to bring in Alexa and we could have done it, but
we didn't need
Colin
to do that.
forgot about it.
I'll never hear the end of it.
Nope. So everyone watching at home, give us the joy of experimenting on your own and trying it out and seeing if they're listening. You know, test it out and just be aware if this thing is, you know, always hearing what you're talking about. You
Hopefully
know?
it had some insight into some things that you haven't thought about before.
Yeah,
or learned about some things you didn't even know existed, like
Yeah.
back in 1999.
Yeah, I had no idea until just today when I looked it up. I didn't know if you've ever seen anything like that before, Damon, either, or if that was something that was like shown in.
It's kind of like sci-fi. I mean, that's more like the real stuff of Microsoft, but more like sci-fi before that with all the technology and controlling
Back
things.
to the Future 2 tried to predict everything by
showing you.
2015. They kind of got quite a bit wrong, but I don't know. So we are giving away the shirt, like I said here. So all you got to do to win the shirt, like I said, is share, comment, retweet, subscribe, like whatever, something to get the podcast out there. We will enter your name into a drawing. You will win, hopefully. Next week on the podcast, Adam Farrig back. It's been quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while without
Has
Adam.
been.
So he was the co-host of the podcast for a while with Damon. Colin took his spot. Now Adam will be joining us again next week as a guest, and we're going to have a really good time finishing up the last podcast of 2019.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out when we're going to do it if Christmas is.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks again for tuning into the podcast. This is a audio and video podcast for not everyone that knows. So if you're watching it, you can listen to it, and if you're listening to it, you can watch it. So we're on either one.
Do both.
This is also going to be the first podcast that is going to be on Facebook. The full version will be on Facebook, so that people can share it easier, get it out to their friends.
Oh, just not like sharing it on YouTube?
Yeah,
or-
it's going to actually be a video on Facebook.
As we talk about Facebook tracking us.
Yeah. We're making
I don't even
it
know how
easier.
that works.
Shower
I'll have
curtain.
to check it out. I do not know how that works.
So you're going to see that. This will be the first one. We're going to try it out, see how that goes. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Damon and Colin.
Thank you, Ethan.
This is the Clerc Podcast Show.